I'm Joel Schmid.
And I am Burke Schmid. Welcome to this episode of Bushnell's Prairie Pursuit.
This week we're headed to northern Alberta to do some baited bear hunting. This is going to be an archery hunt. There's not much around here, a few little towns, but there's a lot of bush.
Prairie Pursuit is brought to you by BL & Sons Construction, Black Rock Automation, Bushnell, Butcher's Best, Capital GMC Buick Cadillac Regina, JB's Sausage Supplies, Customize, North Pro Sports, Precision Instrumentation and Supply, Real Estate Center, Rockin' Red Enterprises, K9 Training Center and Labradors.
I've been tagging along with Dad hunting since I was probably 8 years old. I'm gonna have to knock a few yards off.
Oh, there's always an excuse, eh? When the old man shoots better, then something must have went wrong.
When I turned 12, it was finally my time. My first animal I killed it was black bear actually, it was a smaller one. Then my first year of hunting, I killed a black bear, a whitetail, a mule deer, and I partnered with a moose with my mom.
Little room there for me, isn't there?
I'll save it at your arrow. Nice shot. My second year of hunting was equally successful. I killed a whitetail and a moose and mule deer doe. So hopefully this coming year can be as successful as my past years have.
You're always learning. I can still shoot better than him. A good friend of mine, Anthony Hodson from Last Frontier Outfitting, yeah. He says, I know a guy who has a bait, I'll give him a call. So they called up Darcy and Jason here, and they're like, well, we're not outfitting, but we have a personal bait set up, and they're more than welcome to try it out. So headed on up here, coming in totally blind. Didn't know these guys, so that they were willing to stick their neck out for someone they didn't know.
And not only that, they also have a couple bears that are going to go well over 7 feet that they're just kind of gave us the run and said you guys can go after and try to kill one of these.
Exactly. They
so
showed some pictures.
Could almost be a once in a lifetime bear. I'm looking forward to. I've never been in a tree stand before, so getting up there would be pretty cool. I think it'd be cool if we could get some bear fights down below, maybe get a few good bears coming in. We don't really have any opportunity to get close to bears back home, so it'd be cool to get pretty close to some bears, watch them, hang around the bait for a while. So the plan for this hunt is we're going to camp in an area, and we're gonna take the quads into a bait, and we're hoping that there's gonna be lots of action on the bait. It's in, from what we've been told, it's in a pretty remote area. Not many people. The trail's gonna be really tough to get in on. It's not sounding like it's gonna be an easy hunt by any means, but I think the further we get back from the road, the better the hunting's gonna be. So we're just unloading, ready to get back to the bait. We're gonna ride in the quads. And back behind us on the trail where we unloaded the quads, there's about, I don't know, 100, 200 yards down. Big bear stepped out. We didn't get a great look, but he's not a slouch. So we're hoping he's gonna be heading to the bait, and we're gonna rush in right now and hopefully get there before he does. Yeah, I should have some bogs. Nothing like a little wet feet. Well, it didn't look like that much mud, and I stepped into that and I sunk up to my knees. So it's about getting close to 8 o'clock now. We've been sitting for about 2 hours. We haven't had much action. When we got here, this little bear came in. He did not want to leave. We actually just sat with it for a while. He ran away. We haven't seen any other bears yet or had any other sign. But we're hoping, getting closer to prime time now, that some bears will be coming out. Our main bear is coming out at about 10:15. But he was also here at 2 o'clock, so hopefully he's here before then, because that's just past legal shooting light, and we get a shot at him. Yeah, I can easily get him. I mean, not a good angle to shoot on, but...
Yesterday was a good day. It was a long drive for us. We got in late. We had enough time to get evening hunting. Darcy and Jason took us in. We were all set up. We had 2 bears come in.
Both pretty small.
They were both small bears.
So we're going to head back to the same stand. There's lots of bears there last night and lots of pictures of big bears. We're gonna get up in the stand and try to sit it all day. Hopefully we'll be able to get one that wants to come in. It'll be a long sit, but we just need to keep with it and stay quiet. So our target bear is about, I think Darcy figures he's over 7 feet, so I think in between 7 and 7.5 feet. He's pretty elusive from the sounds of it. He only comes into the bait to make sure there's no other dominant boars in the area, and then takes off unless there's a hot sow in the area. So we're hoping that he's gonna come in just for enough time that we can sneak an arrow into him, but it's not gonna sound like if he comes in, it's not gonna be easy to get a shot at him. So we just got to the barrel. On the way in, there was so much fresh bear poop that wasn't there last night. I'd say 2 or 3 different sets, definitely from different bears too, because they're all different sizes. We get here and the barrel that's completely full with oats was completely tipped over. So I don't know, I'm gonna say that wasn't one of the smaller bears that tipped it over. So we're gonna get up into the tree now and do a sit, probably, I don't know, 7-8 hours sit, and hopefully one comes in.
I don't know if hunting black bear over bait is necessarily hard. I think the challenges of hunting black bear over bait would be putting in the time to successfully get the target bear that you want. You might catch him on camera and you know he's in the area, but catching him at the right time and being in the stand at the right time is what makes it difficult. I think the most important thing about this hunt to be successful is we're going to have to put our time in the stand. We might be seeing some long, boring hours, but it could pay off in the long run. We just got to stick it out and stay in the stand and be quiet. Being there at the right times of day, of course, mornings and evenings, I think are going to be important. I think sitting in the stand all day could make the difference.
Mm-hmm.
We've been sitting in the stand for probably, I don't know, 4 hours now, maybe not quite. We haven't seen a bear yet, unfortunately. I don't know what it is. They ate all night last night or something. But there has been a bear frequenting the bait that's a monster at 2 o'clock, and it's not quite 2 o'clock yet. So we're hoping that he's gonna come in
Back home we try to spot and stalk bears. It's pretty tough though. You don't always get a very long window and you don't get a great look at how big they are sometimes. It's just, could be in a thick berry patch or something, they just pop out and they could be gone. We've never hunted over bait before in a tree stand even, so we're thinking it's gonna be a little easier than spot and stalk, but it might just be equally hard in the mental aspect.
So end of day 2 was pretty exciting. A long day though. We sat from about 9:30 in the morning till 10:30 at night. So the last 2.5 hours of the evening, the bears were non-stop. There was constant activity. They were on the bait, they were behind us, they were behind our tree stand. We had one come up to the bottom of our ladder. It looked like one wanted to come up and visit us even. You could hear them chomping and growling, and there was a couple young ones in the back fighting and snorting. So the whole evening was very exciting because there was always that anticipation that the big one may be coming, because we thought that all the bear activity there, that likely a bigger one could be in the background waiting to come in. But unfortunately we did not see a big one, but it was a good night.
For the last 2 hours there wasn't a time more than 10 minutes where we didn't have either bears on the barrel or bears hear them
in the
chomping or snapping branches. And it seemed like when they came in they intentionally were breaking off branches or something.
Yeah, they
were making a lot of
making
noise.
Their presence, for sure. So hopefully with all this bear activity that these big boars will be looking for the female come in.
We just got to our staging area. We're gonna get on the quads. We have about an hour quad in to the bait. And then we're gonna do probably about a 3 or 4 hour sit and then come out and then do another sit this evening. Hopefully we see some bigger bears coming in. No one took the quad.
Oh, this is awesome.
What?
Bears up the seat. Well, we thought we were a little smart last night. It was late. We didn't feel like loading the quad and then unloading this morning. Camp's a few miles away, so I just left it here. And Barry decided that he likes Polaris foam. Real tasty treat for him, I guess. Really like messing with us. Looking better, huh?
Yeah, I was looking and you can tell it puncture holes.
Yeah, you just
He's a little
played with it a bit.
Just a little one.
Well, I guess we won't do that again.
Okay, so we made it into the stand. The bow's been bouncing around, so we're gonna take a practice shot or two, make sure it's still on. Then we're gonna head up into the stand, give it a
kind of a daily thing here.
Yeah.
Making sure this bow is staying in good shape because it's so rough coming in and out.
How does this go on again?
Just getting our harness on here instead of doing it at the stand, so we're ready to go up.
Does my leg have to fit through that?
Yeah, your leg has to go through there. Well, that's
So it's day 3 now. Oh, we're gonna be sitting for about 4 hours. We just got to the stand. We haven't seen any bears yet, but I'm sure there's gonna be some bears soon with how much action we had last night. We just gotta sit her out and be quiet and they'll come in. Hopefully a big one comes in. He's thick. Shoot him. Yes or no? I'm shooting him. Yes or no? I'm shooting him.
Oh, you drilled him.
He's not a 7-footer, but he's
No, he's not.
6. I think he's 6.
Arrow went right through.
And I can see the white fletch on the left, and it's not very white anymore. I've been sitting in the stand for probably close to 2 hours now.
Yeah.
Hadn't
2
seen
hours.
anything. I was just dozing off asleep. Had my harness all loosened off. And Dad taps me on the shoulder and wakes me up, and there's a pretty good bear coming in. So I get all loosened off. He comes right to our stand like he must have heard me scrambling. But I ended up getting the shot off, and the shot looked good. When we reviewed the footage, it looked like the only thing that happened is he spun a little bit with his front legs just as the shot entered. And I might have been a touch far back, but I think it should still be back at the lungs.
I think so. It looked pretty good. He's sitting position there. Right here. Clean pass through.
And I think
Everything looks in our favor at this time. It's pretty thick in here, so hopefully we can get on a trail though.
whew,
Right on.
oh yeah,
Oh, look at that.
that's into the,
Oh,
oh yeah, that's,
look at that. Well, it did well.
That-
Arrow's not broken. Broadhead's not broken. Clean through into this root.
now we just gotta find blood.
A little concerning. We can't really find any blood. I found one little speck right away, and after that we haven't been able to pick up on the trail. It's hard though, no snow and whatnot, but
We got a little concerned.
yeah.
Cameraman looks up and just, there he is,
There
and
he is
he's,
right there. He's only,
I don't know, 30 yards from the bait,
he might be 50 yards from the bait, so
but
there you go.
that's
We didn't really need the blood trail.
kinetic chaos. Man, they do some damage. Now we're just gonna walk up and make sure he's dead. I decided to take this bear because getting later in the hunt, he was the biggest bear we've seen yet. And he came in right to the bottom of our tree and looked up, and then he kind of took off and he stopped by the barrel after I clanked my stabilizer. And I just seen the perfect shot window open up and lifted his leg forward and his vitals were open. So my pin settled and I made the shot, and it's, I'd say, perfect double lung.
Yeah.
Ethical. He didn't run more than 50 yards for sure.
It was a good shot. From the rear end, up under here, and then out the legs, out the legs, out the legs. And then we'll go around the paws, and we'll do the paws and the skull later.
Okay.
And so we're gonna leave the skull and the paws attached to the skin. Once you get the underside, I'll remove it just like skinning a
Okay.
deer or whatever, right on the back and everything.
Yeah.
You know, you can just pull it away. So this is the tricky part though. We come up here and then up his legs. We'll kind of make the cross on top and bottom.
Okay.
Okay, I'll start and then you can help.
Yeah. It was getting a little later in the hunt. This bear, perfect opportunity. Days are really long. It can get frustrating at sometimes, sitting in the stand for 3 hours, 4 hours and seeing nothing. So when he gave me that opportunity, I knew that it was going to be a good chance and I should probably take that shot. on this trip, learned lots, like a completely new type of hunting as bear baiting, and that we knew pretty much zero about. Watched a few YouTube videos before we came and decided it was good.
But this was fun. It was something new. I'm glad we did it. Sitting in the stand, yesterday we put in, well, we got in a little bit late in the morning. I think it was around 9 in the morning we got in to the stand, and we did not get out of that stand until 10:30 at night. So it's difficult. It's difficult in a different sort. When you think of difficult for hunting, you're thinking physically difficult. Well, this is
Mentally,
and it is physically. I was uncomfortable by the end of the day. Joel and I are super happy with our 2018 bear hunt and the ending results. All our sponsorships equipment worked flawlessly. I'm Burke Schmidt.
and I'm Joel Schmid.
We'll see you guys next time on Bushnell's Prairie Pursuit.
Prairie Pursuit is brought to you by BL and Sons Construction, Black Rock Automation, Bushnell, Butcher's Best, Capital GMC Buick Cadillac Regina, JB's Sausage Supplies, Customize, North Pro Sports, Precision Instrumentation and Supply, Real Estate Center, Rockin' Red Enterprises, K9 Training Center and Labradors.
Oh, you drilled them.